do your clients request any kind of different KPIs from all of you? Like, Jamie, what about yours? The credit, like, that kind of thing. Like, how far are you along? And
yeah, and that's where actually in the midst of, and that's why I'm taking feverish notes on all of this, of trying to kind of quantify our KPI reports of what are the best things to make sure we've got for twofold. One, for success reporting back to the clients, but also for heading off problems before they really happen, because we have people kind of going in multiple directions, sometimes simultaneously. They come in, we're working on their bankability, they're also getting this coaching from our coach, and some of them are also applying for finance right then. Some wait till they're bankable, some need the money right away. So we've obviously got different teams on each of those channels. So one of my biggest issues, whether I'm a part of it or I'm the receiving end of it, is left hand, right hand. I absolutely hate when I talk to a professional and they have no idea what their associate did or told me or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, part of the KPIs and dashboards that I'm trying to define now. So, and because I've shifted into customer success.
Right.
So I need at all times to be like, okay, are they attending their coaching sessions? Are they knocking off their compliance items? Or are they stuck on one? They did 5 of them in a week and now they've done nothing for 3 weeks. Did they get busy? Did they lose interest? Is their finance going through? Have they turned in all their documents? Have they, all of that stuff? So we're in, trying to determine our internal KPIs to keep things moving. And then, like you said, also trying to note what are the things that the business owners are asking, because we're also kind of stumbling across some things with certain clients that are not going to be a one-off, but not going to be an all the time. We had a client that we started going through the bankability process, and he pulled one of his credit reports and he called us and he's like, all right, so I paid you guys and worked with you guys, and my credit number just went down. What's going on here? And we're like, well, wait a minute. Well, we looked into it and there was an item that needed to be disputed. So if he looked at one of the credit bureaus, his score was going up as anticipated. The other credit bureau had his score drop, and it was because of an inaccurate reporting. So then we had to step in, but so it's like those are little triggers that you don't really think about or know about until you stumble upon them. But now we've got to figure out a way, it's like, okay, when we're checking credit reports, we need to make sure we're checking all of them, because again, it's 4 different people, it's 4 different bureaus. So it's like different,
right?
They're not always going to match. So yeah, so we're definitely still learning our KPIs and trying to figure out the best way to track them both for internal. And I'd love to have a monthly KPI report or quarterly that I could just deliver to the clients, and be like, okay, you've been with us a month. Here's where you started. Here's where you're going. And that, kind of do that each month or quarter or whatever we determine to, clearly show their progress.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
That's a valuable
tool when you find it.
Okay. Well, I do have someone, like I said, I met online. It's built her own dashboard, but she uses IBM technology, and unfortunately, IBM technology doesn't play well with others. And so, it's the nicest way to put it. Even though my dad worked for him, it's true. So we'll see what she can, do. Right now, her price point is really low, but so we're just gonna check it out and see what it can do for us. But you're right. I mean, it is important to know some of these things, because then you can make your services better, right? Or you can make your program better, or you can, focus on certain things better, or, where are it can even identify what are the pain points that people are, unilaterally seeing, like for you, Richard, it might be, helpful. Like, what do you do with your excess money, your cash? Are you, how are you managing it? Are you doing anything different?
From a business or personal standpoint, or all of
From
the
a
above?
business, all the above, I guess. From a business standpoint, like, for your clients and stuff, it's like, if, you have this kind of excess cash and you've employed these tax strategies, but hey, what if you used an extra
Oh,
$25,000 or something? What could that do? I mean, it'd be nice to have like a what if that works with your dashboard. Your
oh,
dashboard says this, but if you changed your behavior a little bit or you changed the way that you did stuff, maybe you'd have a different kind of, ROI, a different return.
okay. Well, it goes right back to either one of two places, either a financial advisor, if they're looking, that I recommend they work with the new cash flow. What I tell people is, first they're going to take a vacation that they haven't had in 8 years, right? And then, okay, they're going to come back from the vacation, and now, because it is a windfall of tens of thousands of dollars per year, so it's significant. So then I direct, if they don't already have a financial advisor they currently work with, I have at the ready several that I highly recommend. I used to be one, so I speak the
Right.
language, and yeah, I have good conversations with financial advisors that are in my circle. But absolutely, yes, they need to be productive with the resources that are newfound money, by all means.
Yeah.
But I don't, so I guess I pass the buck. With the money, I pass the buck to whatever and you know what? That's the spirit of my question about a bookkeeper, payroll, and tax prep person because I'm being asked by financial advisors, their secretarial or their assistant staff, hey, I've got too much on my plate. Do you know anybody who does it all? So does that help identify who might be good at that by knowing that it's the assistant or the administrative manager of the office of a financial planning firm, for someone to step in and just take that 3-pack of services away from her?
Well, I mean, there are, like, Nick can probably speak to this more than me, but, CPA firms tend to have the CPAs that are actually doing a lot of the more higher level and sometimes lower level tax services, but they're not the ones that are doing the bookkeeping. They're generally not the people that even know how to use QuickBooks that well, and then they do have then people that just do payroll or maybe do collections, those kinds of things. So they have specialists in
So
those
maybe I
areas.
need to ask my inquirer to be more specific with what she needs.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Yeah, I think if you could have some sort of questionnaire that helps them, maybe 5 or 6 questions that helps them identify that, then you can introduce them to someone like Anik, who then I'm sure Anik has a relationship with somebody until her associate gets her EA, enrolled agent, that can do the taxes.
No, I even like some people want to toe the line and some people want to be perfectly strict and correct. And so I have some accountants who like to toe that line as much as they can. And I have accountants who are like, that's going to raise some red flags. I'm not taking that risk. So I try to fit them,
And then that's where, like, having subject matter experts like yourself and Jamie and Sam that have specialized services, that really know a lot about a little area that, can introduce them to, so they can have this really amazing team of support.